Honey, I'm home. What's for dinner? It's honey, honey. Wow, you're the best. No, you're the best. Let me just get it ready for you. Why can't I be in a normal family? You all know it, we all love it. Honey has been sweetening the deal in both animal and human lives since the era of cavemen. From ancient Egyptian ceremonies, home remedies to the kitchen table. Behind the journey of every jar lies an incredible tale of hard work, complex processing, and a pinch of DNA. Welcome to the genetic basis of stuff and things. We've all had honey, but what really is this stuff? Well, it's mostly sugars. Specifically, honey is a concentrated mixture of water and two particular sugars, glucose and fructose. Other than sugars, honey also carries traces of DNA. This DNA can come from the bees that make it, the flowers they come from, pollen, and more. But how do we get from flour to pancake syrup? The basics are simple. The queen lays eggs. Unfertilized eggs make male drones, and fertilized eggs give rise to female workers. For one lucky female larvae, they can be turned into a potential queen if fed an exclusive diet of royal jelly. But wait, what's royal jelly actually made of? Secreted from an organ in the bee's mouths, royal jelly is made up of mostly water, protein, and sugars. This special diet alters gene expression, turning genetically identical larvae into distinct queens or workers. Once the workers are all grown up, it's time to do their job. They travel far and wide and collect nectar from flowers. They store this nectar in their honey stomach, a special organ separate from their digestive stomach. You're probably wondering, but nectar isn't honey. How does it get so goopy? The answer to that is enzymes, and a whole lot of bee vomit. Inside the honey stomach are special enzymes called invertase and glucose oxidase, which catalyze the breakdown of sucrose into glucose and fructose. This helps thicken the honey. Once back in the hive, our worker bees vomit into each other's mouths over and over again. This process continues until we get a much thicker liquid than what we began with, that they regurgitate into honeycomb, another important bee product. To finish it off, the bees seal up the treasure with another cap of wax and use their wings to fan the storage combs to evaporate moisture, giving us that golden, luxurious syrup we all know and love. The more they work, the better, faster, and more frequent they get at it, up until they kick the bucket. So, you'll be happy to know that as a species, bees haven't had one day off in 27 million years. Now we know the recipe, but what about the ingredients? If honey is the end goal, then the genetic code is the instruction manual behind it. Sussing out the code wasn't easy, but using some neat techniques, scientists were able to fill the gap by comparing the genome of queens and drones. Just like solving a puzzle, the honeybee genome was figured out piece by piece. From this, they were able to compare the honeybee to other insects. One big difference, the honeybee has a huge amount of genes in the major royal jelly protein family. Other insects have something similar. That's the stuff that decides which larvae becomes queen. Another gene family that honeybees outclass other insects like houseflies in is smell. They have way more odorant receptors, which helps them detect flower species, communicate with pheromones, and even find their way back home. Of course, honey isn't the only product we eat from bees. Sometimes, people like to eat royal jelly, as it's been found to improve cancer and even Alzheimer's outcomes. The genetic basis behind this is that components of royal jelly bind to receptors in the body, activating neuroprotective genes. But let's get back to the honey. It's sweet, delicious, and it's no wonder it's practically all bees eat. It's good for you. Don't let the word sugars scare you. Honey is actually packed with antioxidants, vitamins, and antibacterial compounds. Think the stuff you got in the pantry is liquid gold? Just make sure you have the real thing. Some brands bulk up products with corn syrup, a cheap filler. So, how do you know what's really in your honey? By sequencing this DNA, you can tell its origin, source species, and even purity. Why is knowing all this important? Insights into the honeybee genome gives us a glimpse into the complexities behind nature's hardest worker. Since then, this knowledge has helped us understand and better advocate for the protection of bees as important pollinators, improve beekeeping strategies, and find better ways to make better honey. With every golden drizzle, we taste the fruits of labor and social intelligence, sweetened with a touch of genetics.